Are all batteries the same? That's like asking if all soccer players are the same. Take Messi, the most decorated player ever. Is there any other player who has achieved that? No, just him. Now take Duracell. Is there any other battery with power boost ingredients inside? No, just Duracell. Remember, goats only trust goats because they're built different. And Messi only trusts Duracell.
Hey, it's Bill from the Bill Simmons podcast. FIFA World Cup 26 fans, listen up. As the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26, Michelob Ultra is giving away $1 million worth of FIFA World Cup 26 tickets and prizes. Enter now at MichelobUltra.com/superior access/FIFA World Cup 26. Michelob Ultra FIFA World Cup 26 superior access, no purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 21 plus, begins on December 1st, 2025, ends on July 31st, 2026, multiple entry periods. Visit www.MichelobUltra.com/superior access/FIFA World Cup 26 for free entry deadlines, prizes, and details.
Mornings have a rhythm. You can hear it, feel it. And at Quaker, we fuel it. With 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber in every bowl, helping you turn that rhythm into your soundtrack for a great day. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
A magnificent mile world record, a fun-filled stadium, but more withdrawals from Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. I'm John.
And I'm Michael, and we've got a brilliant view at the moment of the London Stadium, famously the home of the 2012 London Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. But today, as John was saying there, the home for this mile world record for Josh Kerr at the London Diamond League.
Project 222, tell me about it. What was he trying to do? And then we'll give our reaction to being in that stadium.
Well, he was trying to break one of the oldest records that exists.
27 years?
27 years. The Moroccan El Garouj, who of course held that record. Seb Coe has been saying over the past few days, probably the greatest middle distance runner ever. And that's coming from Seb Coe, the greatest miler. And he was trying to break that world record. And what I thought was really interesting about this from Josh Kerr was he didn't just turn up today and do it, and we went, wow, it's a world record. He actually publicly stated it, I think, in March. But it's something that he's always said him and his team, so he's been talking about the people around him. It's something they've publicly stated for 3 or 4 months, but it's something they've been working on for much longer than that. And that's ballsy, isn't it? To actually come out and say, look, on this day, in this event, I'm going to break a world record. It wasn't
because there's no hiding place.
No, it wasn't I'm going to break a world record this year or I'm going to try and do something in the next 6. It was like, I'm going to do it here. And he went and did it. And I was with him a bit on the day before because there was some sort of media opportunities and interview opportunities. And I was here for Talk Sport speaking to him. And it was like a slightly out-of-body experience for him. That might sound really weird, but he just sort of glided around the room.
Floating.
Yeah, he floated around there. He just every pore just oozed that confidence. And the way he was able to be so eloquent about what he was hoping to do and describe what he was hoping to do and how he was going to do it. I mean, for me, that was slightly less interesting. I mean, the athletics purists, those that like the split times, will be tearing their hair out now. That actually listening to him talking through all the detail of the sports science and the nutrition and everything else, I actually found slightly less interesting than just the pure raw emotion of what he was saying and how he was describing it. I thought it was magnificent.
But also the mental attitude, as you say, to say this is what I'm going to do, this is when I'm going to do it, and then actually do it. 3:42.66, that is the new world record for the mile. And being in that stadium, we've been there a lot. You were there in 2012, I was there then as well.
2017 at the World Championships, we were both here.
We've been here to Diamond Leagues. It was as noisy as it's ever been, and I will argue, frankly, with anyone, that is the greatest athletic stadium in the world when the British crowd are behind you. And even Josh admitted in your interview with TalkSport that he needed the British crowd's help because he was slowing down in the 100 metres.
Yeah, I mean, Geraint Hughes, who was here covering this for Sky today, described it as like a rumble underfoot from where we were, because we weren't with a great view of the field of play. from where we were because we were stood in the interview area. So like a lot of people, we were watching it on our television screens. The thing is, the TV screens were a couple of seconds behind the actual thing, and Geraint was right. That was a great way, I thought, to describe what you could feel from where we were, that rumble. It felt like a very minor tremor underneath you, and that was the noise of the 60,000 here. I still think it's fantastic for Diamond League and for British athletics that for one day every summer they come and put on what is essentially, I think, a festival of athletics.
And everybody that I've spoken to today has said this is the best Diamond League meeting in the world. And,
Yeah.
and I think Jess Hull told me that the Australia. Oh, there's a big lorry coming by. We'll just let that go by for a second before I tell you about Jess Hull. So Jess Hull, the Olympic silver medalist, going, of course, for gold.
That's Josh Kerr's confidence leaving, by the way. That's on to Glasgow. It's that big. He was so confident it needed that articulated truck.
But she's going for double gold in the Commonwealth Games. And she said, I'm always told this is the best place to come. This is where you need to be. And it's proved. And I got a train down from Norwich. I've had the week off in Norfolk this week and got the train in from Norwich. Every stop, British fans, athletics fans, getting on the train, coming into Stratford. It's just the greatest place to come, to watch it, to get to. You can come from anywhere in the country. And this is my whole argument, and we've talked about it so many times on this podcast, that if you're going to have a Northern Olympics, then for goodness sake, don't put the stadium in Manchester.
No. And I was with Mondo Duplantis and Karsten Warholm, and they all said the same thing. This is one of the events that they look forward to. That's why the stellar names are here. Gabby Thomas, another one from the US, here competing this weekend. Another one that talked about the London crowd, the London Diamond League. And Karsten and Mondo Duplantis both backed this stadium for another World Athletics Championships. The target is 2029. We'll find out whether that's going to come to fruition in September, I think, when the World Athletics Council meet around the Ultimate World Championships in Budapest. And talking of bringing the World Athletics Championships back here, I think we should probably hear from someone that knows this stadium very well, grew up not too far away from this stadium as well. And I would also just say, while we talk about this area, this stadium and the Diamond League, listen very closely to this interview because there's a bit of a revelation at the end. Here's me talking to Dina Asher-Smith. First of all, Dina, the London athletics public, they love your sport, they love to see you, but you reflect on today from your point of view, first of all.
Oh, today's been incredible, and I always think it's an honour and a true privilege to race in front of 60,000 people in our great city of London. I am a big London advocate for London Diamond League and the city, and it's the best meet not only for British athletes but from athletes across the world because we are such a diverse city. I've got training partners that represent Jamaica, represent Nigeria, people that represent America, and they're jet lagged and they're here and they're tired, but when they stand on the line, you know you have people from those countries in the crowd, so they're getting like a full-throated roar. And whenever you can come to a stadium however many thousand miles away from home and have people genuinely cheer for you, that's what athletes live for, and that's why you see so many incredible performances, because everybody loves being here. There is not another Diamond League where you're going to get 60,000 people screaming for us on the circuit. And again, I'm totally biased, as you can hear from my thick British accent, but it's just the best, and it's a privilege to compete in front of these fans every single time.
So I'm guessing after all of that, you would back London to host the World Championships again in 2029.
Obviously. Even when I remember sitting in Olympic year in a cafe in Monaco, discussing with some people at IAAF, like, come on, because London was thinking about bidding, and I remember being like, please. This was 2 years ago, just before the Olympics, we started saying please, because 2017 when the boys won the Relay World Championships, I'm sure everybody remembers that. In the rain, it was incredible, and we're such a track and field city, we're such a sporting city, a sporting nation. It would be incredible. I'm very biased again. I'm an ambassador of the V&A East Museum, which is on the Olympic Stadium, and that's an ambassadorship that I'm really excited to work with, because I think there's a lot of ways that we can get fans to engage with our sport, and there's lots of people that go to museums, and I think there's so many sporting innovations, the shoes, the glasses, the catsuit, Kathy Freeman's catsuit, that people would want to come to that museum and see. So yes, please, London 2029, we can have a multi-dimensional experience and make it a World Championships and a cultural World Championships like no other.
And you'll remember, of course, how this place developed from 2012, and to see the V&A here and Sadler's Wells and things. I know those kind of things, arts and fashion.
Don't forget the shopping.
I was going to say
Don't
shopping.
forget the shopping. Don't forget Stratford International. Don't forget the Lizzie line. Like, the area's come so far. I was a kit carrier in 2012, and actually my dad grew up like not about 5 miles from here when he was young, and he used to work like now and again because he's an engineer before London 2012 on the site when this was like brown land, he was telling me. So I really understand how far this area has come, and again, it's just something so proud, but it is the transformative power of sport, because it can enrich so many people's lives, both in terms of jobs, housing, but also culturally inspire them and give them a good day out. So but everything about this Diamond League makes me proud. Everything.
I love the way out, the direction of our conversations sometimes. They really do go off on tandems. Just finally, how are you and what's the programme now? No Commonwealth Games?
Unfortunately, no Com Games for me. I'm sad about that because I'm a big advocate for when people have spent their hard-earned money on a ticket. I want to try and be there, particularly on home soil, but I had a phenomenal indoor season and British record, random 4x4. But it's been an interesting start to my outdoor season, adjusting with a new coach, a few little niggles, and needed to get, oh, look at Josh Kerr go, sorry, go on Josh, sorry. And adjusting to training programs and timing, and then I'm just looking at the time before Europeans, and if I want to give my best shot in Birmingham, I really need a little training block. And with my team, we've discussed it, looked at the management of it, and it makes sense to unfortunately go into training rather than the Commonwealth Games. But I am sad about that, and I did really want to make it work, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to be doable for me.
Well, thanks very much for your time. You might want to just stay and hang on for the end of this.
Yeah, please. I really want Josh to do well. He's so fabulous. But thank you.
So Dina Asher-Smith finishing 4th in the 200 metres and revealing that she's not going to go to the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow because she has a slight injury.
Yeah.
And she was pretty gutted about it, but you've got to think, well, the Europeans is to come, and
the Ultimate World Championships as well. She'll be
at the end of the
targeting that.
season.
And interestingly, I mean, there was so much in that interview, as I said to Dina.
Including reacting to Josh.
Yeah, we do go off at tangents sometimes, Dina and I. We've spoken enough, I think, over the years now that we're quite comfortable in each other's company. But yeah, to watch that mile record that we started the podcast talking about in the company of Dina Asher-Smith, and to see that joy, and we heard it in that interview there because she was getting a bit distracted by that screen that I've already described, to hear that joy from one leading British athlete contender about another was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, very sad that Dina's not going to be in Glasgow, but she's the point of her career and the point of this season where she needs to make those right decisions.
Well, you mentioned Gabby Thomas. She was second in that race. Third place, Mila Weibo. She's not going to the Commonwealth Games either. And the big news and reaction overnight from St Lucia's Olympic Committee that Julien Alfred has also confirmed as the Olympic champion that she's not going to go to the Commonwealth Games either. And they've said they are very disappointed with that because it's been in their calendar and her diary for a very long time. So suddenly, Dina Asher-Smith, Julien Alfred, another big names. We know Max Whitlock obviously got injured as well, and he's now not going from a gymnastics point of view. There are names, and it's hard. We know that athletes get injured, and you've got to prioritise certain things, but gold medals are there to be won.
Yeah, I mean, flip it on its head. Is there an opportunity there for someone to come through that perhaps we haven't been speaking about? I mean, we saw at the British Championships, Success Edouan. I mean, no one would have been talking about her at the start of the season as being potentially a Commonwealth Games medalist, but she won the British Championship. Maybe there's a chance for someone to come out. I mean, Amy Hunt was obviously in the 200 here today as well with Dina and the others that you've mentioned. I mean,
she was 5th and Success was 6th.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look maybe at what Amy Hunt could do. I cast my mind back a little bit to Jake Jarman, who won 4 medals at the last Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in gymnastics, and then even further back, Claudia Fragapane did the same thing. So by winning multiple medals, they burst into the public consciousness more than if they just won one individual medal, for example. Is there a chance for someone like Amy Hunt to win 1-2 medals? It depends what she chooses to run, and whether, because she could go 100, 200. There's mixed relays, but she won't do them all. But is there a chance maybe for someone to come from not nowhere, but from the periphery rather, and come through and win maybe 2 or 3 medals somewhere?
And that could also be a returning Daryll Neita, who we saw back on the track today for the first time really this season, after she revealed in this interview that she actually broke her foot at the beginning of April, and she is hoping still to be at the Commonwealth Games. Let's hear from Daryll.
I am doing amazing to even just be here in the stadium today. I broke my foot on the 4th of April.
How did you do that?
Oh, I was walking my dog. It was the morning of a really famous wedding. Just doing my normal thing, normal daily activity. I rolled my ankle, I had a crack, and went to a wedding that night. The next day I had a scan, and I had a avulsion fracture of the fifth metatarsal.
Ouch.
So yeah, I broke my foot. Crazy. So to be here 14 weeks later, running in London in front of a home crowd, it feels amazing, because at one point, I thought my season would have been over, so it's been a bit of a miracle season so far.
How do you recover? Is it a fact you just can't do anything?
Well, I have an incredible team between my coach, Lance Braunman, my physio, Aidan, Toomey. We just got on with it from the first day and just went crazy with the rehab. We didn't miss a thing. It was relentless. It was really relentless. It was tough. Definitely a very difficult thing I faced in my career. But to get through it and be on the other side, it feels incredible. Just to know that you can really come back in the same season from a break.
With the Commonwealth Games to come,
yes,
and the European Championships,
yes,
are you still walking your dog?
I'm still walking my dog. My dog is right here. He's at the Diamond League. I brought him with me. He wasn't actually on the lead, to be fair to him. He was just doing his own thing.
So you're not blaming him?
I'm not blaming him, but I was doing such a mundane, everyday thing. And it just goes to show, anything can happen. And I'm at the height of my career right now, and the last thing we need Daryll Neita having is a broken foot. So to have overcome that this season and be back into it and know that there's still some things in my vision. I can still make a few podiums. I have no doubt in that. I'm improving very quickly week by week. I opened up my season 11-4. I've gone down to 11-1 in a week. So I'm getting there, but it's just having the faith, having the belief, and just keep going.
Now, it's been a disappointing week for Team England, football-wise.
It has. My neighbours saw me the next morning and they were like, "We heard you going crazy last night in the living room," because one minute I was going, "It's calm in homes," then you hear me just effing and blinding out the window. Disappointing, but hopefully we were able to raise the spirits of the UK today, seeing all of us girls and guys in the relay doing our thing at home soil. There's still a lot of amazing competitions to look forward to, so Britain has a chance to recover. But all in all, it's been a great World Cup, and win or lose, you're a team.
And, of course, you get to put on the Team England vest for the Commonwealth Games.
Exactly, so it's nice to be able to go out there and represent England and be a part of that World Cup spirit in a way, and carry on the momentum into the season and make these podiums, have home crowds, be able to watch us. That always helps. It's been incredible. It's been a crazy season, I have to be honest with you. But to even be standing here today talking to you, I got into the stadium and I just was so emotional, because I was like, I really didn't think I'd be here. But I'm here, so yeah.
Well, we're pleased you are. Final question, in Glasgow, are we seeing you in the 100, 200 and relay? What is it?
It would be the 100 in the relay if I'm there. My aim is to be there. I'm on the list, I'm down, but we are taking each day as it comes, just seeing how my progression is going. Today was good. I got a run on a track, a bit of competition. I'm starting to sharpen up now, so yeah. The foot's still getting used to it, so even today just doing the bend I felt it. I'm in pain every time I run. I'm still pretty much in the rehab process. I'm just rehabbing my way through in races. So I'm probably on week 3 of my season right now, where the rest of the world is on week 35 maybe. So I just have to be a bit patient.
We'll let you go and put some ice on it. Thank you so much.
Let's get the ice.
It's all melons full.
We love melons.
So we spoke to Daryll recently on Great British Bosses, and just to put people in the picture, we were aware when we recorded that interview that there was something wrong, but she wasn't at that point prepared to go public with what exactly that was. And she kind of downplayed it to us a little bit, I think, but we didn't want to betray any confidences. That's not what we do. But yeah, as you heard there, broke her foot. What was it, 14 weeks ago or something? Broke her foot walking her dog. And it's just really interesting because you've got two of the biggest names in track and field at the minute. Daryll Neita's out walking Melon and has some sort of calamitous fall, breaks her foot. You've got Keely
just innocuous.
Yeah, and Keely Hodgkinson who trips on a grate. and wipes out her world record attempt that a lot of people were talking about today as well by damaging her knees. And those are the really, really fine margins that these top athletes, I say this sometimes, they're like, you just live in a sort of false sense of panic, because I always think of it as like everything you put in your mouth, every bit of food and drink, are you worried that someone's tampered with that? And now I hear these stories with Daryll and with Keely and go, God, do you now even just worry about going to the shops? Because you could trip and fall and then you'd wipe your season out potentially.
Yeah, 156.21 win for Keely Hodgkinson. She held off Femke Broders-Bol, who's moved up from the 400-metre hurdles into the 800 this year to win that Diamond League. And she did hold her off in that 100 metres. When they came around the bend, you kind of thought, is Femke going to take her? But actually, Keely did a really good job, and it again shows the class of her and the determination that she wanted to really put back, the troubling weeks that she's had.
Yeah, and a lot of people were beginning to question Keely.
People.
Yeah, silly people, because it's a long season, and she's got her targets and different priorities, but people were talking about Audrey Vero, of course, who wasn't here. No Georgia Hunter-Bell because she was ill, so she wasn't here as well. I think a lot of people were kind of looking forward to seeing Georgia go up against Keely again, like they did at the World Championship. So, yeah, Femke emerged, I think, in the pack then to be the main rival, and it's really interesting to see how she transitions from the 400 hurdles and brilliant flat speed over 400, as we know from relays as well, into the 800. But if you were one of those people that, and silly people, as you say, that's left a message on Keely Hodgkinson's Instagram or whatever going, you'll never be the same again. I think she went some way today, and she was disappointed with her time, obviously, but she went some way today to telling those silly people to shut up. This is Anything But Footy. We talk about the Olympics and the Paralympic Games all the time, not just once every 4 years. And we also talk about the Commonwealth Games regularly. And we'll find out who is going to be going for some of the home nations next.
Imagine buying your kid a toy only to find the batteries aren't included. Or buying furniture, but missing the tools to build it. Frustrating, right? Now imagine the exact same feeling, but you're paying way more. That is what buying business software usually feels like. Fragmented, disconnected, and incredibly expensive. Odoo completely changes that. Odoo is a complete, fully integrated business suite where all your apps actually talk to each other. We're talking automated lead routing for your sales team, seamless AI integration, and intuitive point-and-click website builder. It's everything your business needs to scale, saving you time, headaches, and money. Stop piecing your software together. Go to odoo.com. That's ODOO.com to learn more.
This is Anything But Footy, the Olympic and Paralympic podcast at the London Stadium for the Diamond League in London. Rommel Glaive is the fastest man in Great Britain at the moment in the 100 metres. He was finished third behind Oblique Seville, the world champion of Jamaica. Zana, who is seventh in the 100 metres, he's going in the 200 metres in Glasgow. Jeremy Azu was eighth from a British point of view. He's going for Team Wales, of course, in Glasgow. Max Bergen was third in the men's 800 metres. Two personal bests ahead of him, but he did beat the Olympic champion. He's off to Glasgow and focusing on that.
Right, there's a barometer, I think, with track and field athletes that you notice, and that is the level of media interest in those athletes. So, to take you inside the London Stadium, there's a big tunnel. At the head of that tunnel, there's all the written journalists, and they only come down to speak to certain people. We hang out in that tunnel most of the day. We speak to quite a lot of the athletes. The written journalists back and forward, so they're there for Josh, obviously, at the end. They come down for Keely. Not so much for Dina today, but ordinarily they would come down for Dina. But suddenly there's a pack there for Max Bergen. Now, we've not seen that, probably, in the last year or so. So that tells you what those in the know, the intelligent athletics reporters, and there's a lot of very good ones, those in the know sense that Max Bergen could be heading to that level of the Georgia, Keely, Dina, Amy, Josh level because they're interested in what he has to say.
And look, he could do the 800-metre gold in Commonwealth Games and at the European Championships as well. He's got the potential, having won the Diamond League. But again, as he said, also he struggled with injury as well in between after winning that race. Personal best for Hannah Nuttall as well, by the way, in the 3,000 metres. She finished 4th. She's going to the Commonwealth Games. Jess Hull won it, the Australian who I was talking about earlier. She's going for both the mile and the 5K in Glasgow as well. And talking of personal bests, Emily Newnham, who is going to Glasgow for the 400-metre hurdles, she had a personal best on the flat. And Lina Nielsen as well, also going in the hurdles for Team England, but she had a personal best in the flat as well, 400.
And I got to speak to her afterwards, and we had a little chat with her sister as well, who was also here, Lavia. But here's Lina speaking to me. Lina, congratulations. I know this season's been tough, and when it comes to it in London, you get a personal best.
Yeah, I'm so pleased. I needed some good news this season. It's been very up and down, very difficult to find races. I'm not as raced as I'd like to be at this point of the season, but I've got a race in 3 days and that set me up really well for that.
What can you share, what do you want to share about the challenges you've endured this year?
Yeah, I've dealt with MS fatigue for the first time in my career. Had to pull out 2 races early season, which was very unlike my health. That was really difficult, and then I think after that, no meet organisers wanted me in their races. It was really hard to find races. So we've had to kind of replicate what a race would be like in training. So it's been not an ideal season, but I'm still so grateful. I'm so grateful British Athletics gave me a lane today. I'm not usually in the 400, so very, very grateful and very happy that it's picked up now.
And the physical challenges are obvious, but mentally it must have been really tough this year when you're getting the emails saying no, and when you know that you can't get the races in that you needed to get for the times and the qualifications.
Yeah, it's been really frustrating. I qualified for the Commonwealth Games on deadline day. That was very stressful. So yeah, I think there's this sort of will to survive in everyone, so you kind of don't let it get to your head too much. You're like, okay, right, there'll be something good around the corner. So I think I'll process it once the season is over, but you're very much on survival mode.
And now you head to those Commonwealth Games with a personal best from the London Diamond League.
I'm so pleased. That sets me up really well for the 400 hurdles. We want that flat speed. That showed that it's there. So I've just got to attack the 400 hurdles the same way.
What does it mean to you to be back championship? It's a big deal, isn't it? And being part of Team England.
Oh, I'm so pleased. My last Commonwealth Games was not very good. Again, was affected by MS. That one was really major though. So I'm actually coming into this Commonwealth in really good shape, really good health. I've got an amazing team behind me, so I'm so grateful, and I'm just going to go soak it up and enjoy it.
Yeah, is it different competing in multi-sport championships, things like the Commonwealths and the Olympics, from an athlete point of view? What's special about it?
It's so fun, I think seeing other sports, it's like, I don't mean to downplay it, but it sounds like a big sports day. There's all these kind of like other sports, and they all have different mindsets going into their events, so it kind of breaks the tension a little bit, and it makes it just seem like fun, which is what sports is supposed to be.
And for you, after the year you've had, what do you see as a success? What's a measure of success in Glasgow?
I'm going for a medal. That would be a success for me. I don't think I'm not capable. I'm definitely capable. That race showed I'm in good shape, so I've just got to attack it and be brave, and that's the mindset going into it.
Thank you very much. Lovely to chat.
Thanks, Michael.
So Lina Nielsen going to the Commonwealth Games, all being well. Daryll Neita going, all being well. Max Berger going, all being well. I think we're a week away from the athletics starting, over a week away from the athletics starting. So let's see who gets there. There's going to be some big performances from the Australians. Everyone that I spoke to, I spoke to Jess Hull, as I mentioned, Nicole Uslagers as well, the world champion high jumper. She says, I'm there to break the Commonwealth Game record. That's what I'm there to go and do. The Aussies won the most amount of golds in Birmingham as well. They've got the Olympics to come. There's plenty still to talk about with these Commonwealth Games. Yeah, looking forward to it. Less than a week away now for us, and as it's been announced in the last couple of days, TalkSport, our employer, will be covering the Commonwealth Games as a full broadcast partner. So for us, that means that I will be doing the commentary alongside Christina Hurrigu, the 2008 Olympic champion. You will be trackside asking the questions to all of the athletes. Trying to do as well as you did in Paris. That's very kind of you to say. You'll do an excellent job, as you've proved today with all the chats. And you'll be able to hear a lot of those interviews that we've been talking about here
on Talk Sport. So they'll be on air pretty much every evening between 7 and 10. Great show. Going to be hosted by Natalie Sawyer alongside Greg Rutherford, who knows what it's like to win an Olympic gold medal in this stadium that we are looking at right now. But that's to come. Looking forward to the Commonwealth Games. We'll obviously be across some of the other sport as well. We'll be across all of the other sport. But I think it's seemingly come around quite quickly from those initial chats we had when they were just trying to get the idea off the ground. But yeah, it's going to be there, and we'll have a little podcast every morning for you.
Yeah, we certainly will. And we've been here at the London Stadium today as the sun continues to shine here in East London, and Josh Kerr has broken the world record in the mile. Keely Hodgkinson back to winning ways as well in the 800 metres. And as the ABBA fans walk by in their glitter and their gold ahead of the ABBA arena performance of Voyage, will finish with the winner always takes it all.
Is that where they are off to? Don't forget, you can always, I did wonder what the glitter was. It's like, oh, maybe it's for the athletics. It's ABBA. Don't forget, you can always get in touch with us across all of the platforms. Just search for Anything But Footy. Find us online as well, our website, anythingbutfooty.com. You can always listen to our Spotify Olympic music playlist too. We are looking forward to being at the Commonwealth Games very shortly. Daily podcast coming your way very soon. This is Anything But Footy, looking ahead to LA and gearing up for Glasgow.
We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.